Hello, one and all. My name is Jenny, and I just taught a lesson about vegetables, so I thought it was apropos to leave my stickers up of the vegetables since we are talking about getting healthy and losing weight. All right. I did not write down any of my numbers. I rushed to get to my first class and then I have a little half-hour break here before my next class. So let me quickly run down and put my numbers in my chart. I know I lost zero point 0.3 pounds. So let me just write that down really quick. I am sorry to bother you while I am doing this. Hmm. Oh, I actually wrote the wrong number last time, so I got very confused on my chart here. And, uh, hmm, maybe it went up. I'm gonna have to go weigh myself again. I don't know what I lost or gained. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Maybe it went up. It may have gone up zero point 0.3. Shoot, and I had two of the shredded chicken tortillas. Maybe I should have stuck with one. Dang it. I was so proud of myself yesterday too because there's so much fresh new bread in the house. There's all kinds of loaves of Italian and seasoned and all that my husband brought home, and there's probably 5 loaves. And I looked at them. There's even dinner rolls, and I didn't have one bite of any of it yesterday. I mean, I should still be proud of myself even if the scale doesn't reflect it today because we know that not everything is a direct correlation to the next day. But still, I was hoping for the scale to go down. And it looks like it may have gone up. All right, don't know. So we're just going to talk about our next topic today. If you're on the HCG diet, hang in there, stick with it. I'm going to get back to talking about HCG specific in a little bit, but then right now I'm just talking about other things that relate to all diets, no matter which one you're on. Um, because, well, for many reasons. One, it really affects why between HCG rounds my weight goes back up. We also know on HCG that part of what you're trying to do is reset your hypothalamus and have a new set point in your body. There's a lot of information about this out there on the internet now, set points and all that. And it's interesting that Dr. Simeons first talked about it back in the 1960s. But you're supposed to lose this weight and then stay in P3 and maintain it for a certain period of time so that your body thinks that's your new normal and then it doesn't want to go above it. So you find yourself like yo-yo dieting. You're not letting yourself stay at that lower weight long enough for your brain to reset and think this is where I'm supposed to be. So it goes back to where it once was. Let me get out of this class. I don't know if I'm still recording or not. So that would, I'm sure the people in China who take my English classes are not interested in what I have to say here. All right. um, they all just eat. Those kids are so healthy. They eat so healthy in China, honest to goodness. And the kids all exercise every day. The kids eat mostly vegetables and fruit in their diet with some fish and some protein. Most of them say they don't like sweets, and that's probably because they're not used to eating the sweets or they don't have them very much. Like some people said their eating patterns have become very westernized, and I can tell you there's just a handful of my kids who are overweight. I'm like, they're all very fit and they're all involved in sports, and they're all like, we need to go back and learn how to eat and live dietarily from their culture. Everything else I'll take from my culture, but that's something. Well, we could also take the reverence for their elders from their culture as well. All right. Now, so we were eating, and yesterday I said that you're seeking your only pleasure from food, and it was a very heavy topic. And I said, I will hopefully try to find something lighter today. It's very interesting because when I previewed what I was going to go over today, one of the first things they said is, let's get a little bit lighter. So it's not just me who really felt like, boy, that topic was a lot and that was heavy. And that was our only one of the 10 that we talked about yesterday. Today we'll do the last 3, finishing up this topic before we go on to another side topics related to it. So we're talking about the 10 reasons that we keep eating even though we're not hungry. and we're on and we're on um, reason number 7. And it says you're avoiding pain by comfort eating. All right. Oh wait. That's what I read yesterday. That was the heavy one. All right. All right. We're on number. I'm like, wait a minute. That seems heavy too. We're on number 8. I'm a little tired this morning, folks. Can you tell? We're on number 8, and it says you're just tired. Ironic. I didn't even realize that was the topic until I just scrolled down. It says, phew, I'm exhausted from all this deep diving into the psychology of overeating, so let's touch on something lighter. Which is exactly what I said yesterday. All right. How many times have you come home from a long day and all you want to do is eat, even though you're not hungry? You'd be surprised how often this is just from physical exhaustion. Solution: take a nap. If you're not hungry, don't eat for energy. Instead, rest for energy. That's just a good tip in general. If you're feeling lethargic and you need some energy, and what do we do? Like, what are we taught? Go get some carbs. Breads will give you an instant high. Go get some chocolate. That gives you, get something with sugar, and then you'll feel better. How about take a nap and really fuel your body? Because if you're really tired, you're probably tired. Take a 30-minute nap. If you can. I know this is hard. You can't do this in the middle of a work day. But if you come home and you're exhausted, maybe take a little nap and get up and then have dinner and then go to bed. Just set your alarm. Don't let yourself go to sleep and sleep for an hour and a half, because then you'll have a hard time sleeping at night. All right. That's all that's listed for you're just tired. You're just tired means when we're often tired, we go to food to try to give us the energy that we need. Try not to do that. Try to find other means of gaining power. I also find that if I don't eat enough protein, I get more lethargic and tired. So if you do feel like you have to have food to get yourself going, try to go with a protein. It works for me. I don't know if it's going to work for everybody, but it's definitely a better food choice than going with a carb or a sugar. So try that as well. Also, I would say splash water on your face. That wakes everybody up always. And honestly, it will work. Okay, number 9. You think you don't have willpower, but you actually do. It says, despite popular belief, overeating is rarely a willpower program. I am tired. Despite popular belief, overeating is rarely a willpower problem. Sure, there are some people that really do just need more willpower. But I personally think there is a huge population of women that have been told that they have no willpower, when really they have tons of it. Here's an explanation of why I think you already have willpower and how you can channel it differently from overeating. Okay. And it goes on, and there's a video there, and I watched the video, and it doesn't really say a whole lot of anything. So, in fact, I didn't even finish it. But I'll go on because it kind of summarizes it here, and we can talk. Lack of willpower is not the reason why we eat standing in front of a fridge at midnight. Rather, it has to do with our desperate desire to comfort ourselves and to care for ourselves. Solution: take the willpower that you already have and channel it into stop, drop, and feel. All right, and then look at yesterday's video if you don't know what stop, drop, and feel means. This will help you develop some emotional tolerance, which is necessary to stop overeating long term. All right, so we want to become more emotionally strong and tolerant when it comes to making choices. And I mean, after all, isn't that exactly what willpower is? It's just making choices. Your willpower is a choice. Are you going to make a good choice, or you can make a bad choice? Choices. We want to develop maturity in our choice making ability so that we choose something healthy, or we choose to do something different rather than eat in different situations. All right. I'm going to share with you again, if you've seen other videos on this channel, and there's so many at this point that I'm sure nobody's seen all of them. But there was a lady who I watched once. There was a sermon that I listened to. And, well, yeah, I guess it was like a sermon. It was just like a spiritual leader talking. And I had noticed that she had lost a ton of weight. And I saw the topic of this one, it was on like her diet plan and that. And it was really funny. And she's a funny comedian. She's not a funny comedian, she's a funny preacher, speaker, really. I don't think she doesn't have a church. She's a speaker, but she comes from the point of view of a Christian philosophy. So she was talking about her weight loss journey, and it was very funny to listen to like her like ups and downs and what she went through, and it was very relatable. But the one thing she said that struck a chord with me, there were two, well, really, there's the one main thing that sticks with me all the time, and that I always share with people when it comes to willpower. And she had a whole talk on how like you do have willpower, and I remember like watching it thinking, I really don't. I just like get down and I see it in front of me, it's on the table, I eat it. I just do. I just can't help it. And I wish I was one of those people that could just walk away from it, but if I, especially if I can smell it, like I just eat it. I have no willpower. And she said she felt the exact same way. She didn't have willpower until somebody shared something with her. And they said this. So you walk into the kitchen and there's some bread sitting there, fresh baked bread. That's a tongue twister. And the smells are wafting up, and you can smell it and you can see it, and it's large and it looks like you could just tear off a hunk and it would be so good. You don't need any butter on it or anything because the smell, it's just so good for me anyway, because I'm a breadaholic. When I go into that kitchen and I see all that, and I just think, oh, shoot, I wish I wasn't on a diet because I'm going to have a part of this. She said, pause and think. If there truly was somebody standing next to you with a gun at your head and said, go ahead and take a bite, but I will shoot, will you eat that bread? No, of course not. You'd be like, okay, I'm not going to. You've made a choice. So you have to channel that part of you that does have the ability to make choices and be in control. I mean, if you have to use that visual to help yourself, then use that visual. I mean, it's extreme, but the point that she's driving home going to that extreme is that you do have willpower. You are not an automatic robot machine, and when you see bread, you grab and eat, and you can't control it. Sorry. We're living human beings with emotions, thoughts, feelings, and we have choices. We need to learn to make the correct choices, and we need to learn to stop making excuses for when we do the wrong choices. All right, now, preaching to the choir here. This is all the information I need to hear for myself, so don't think I'm chastising anybody out there, because with every finger pointed to you, there's 3 of them pointed back at me. All right, the last one is number 10. Your mind wants what it can't have. When you tell yourself you can't have something, it makes that food extra special to you. This is why dietary restriction is one of the biggest psychological causes of overeating. For this reason, giving up dieting, I hope you can still see me. I don't see my camera right now, but my cat just hit my computer. For this reason, giving up dieting altogether actually helps you eat less. There's a real fear of gaining weight if you stop dieting. Trust me, I know, and I hear about it from all the clients, but you just need to trust your body. Solution is stop telling yourself that you can't have certain foods so that those foods lose their power over you. All right, I would imagine that like feeds into portion control, although she doesn't really talk about portion control. There's a little summary at the bottom. It says, use psychology to stop unwanted eating patterns. Overall, getting yourself to stop eating when you're not hungry is a matter of mastering your psychology. By using tools like stop, drop, and feel, you can train yourself to feel your feelings instead of eating when you're hungry. Want to dive even deeper into this? Well, there's more links that we can click on, and maybe I will start clicking on some of those and finding some good information to share with you as well. All right. So that last one, your mind wants what it can't have, I find interesting. It doesn't 100% apply to HCG, because if you choose to do HCG, you do have to have a restriction. You can't say, well, I'm going to do HCG, but I'm going to allow myself a glass of wine and piece of chocolate cake each night before bed. It's just not going to work. However, I've adopted this a little bit in that I do not do a very strict HCG protocol. I do eat my shredded chicken and my lettuce in a tortilla that has 4 carbs. Um, so I kind of get my bread in that way. I sprinkle a little bit of mozzarella cheese on top of it for that extra flavoring, not P2 appropriate. I mean, I think technically tomatoes aren't even in the P2 protocol, really, and I put tomatoes on top of it too, so that too would be against protocol. And in the shredded chicken, I make it with salsa, so that would be against protocol. So if we were really following to the letter of the law of the protocol, you're probably not following my channel because I probably frustrate you. But listen, I did a round over a month ago. I did a round and I ended 30 days by losing 17 pounds. And then I had a month of celebrations, festivities, and I just went right back up. So that's partly why I'm doing the topics that I'm doing now, is to help me and probably, hopefully, some of you as well who relate to the same things I go through, conquer all those voices in our head that are causing that rise after we finish P2. It's like, yay, reward yourself for being so good and losing 17 pounds. Go out to eat and make sure you get dessert while you do it too. You know, obviously, intellectually, we know that's not what you're supposed to do. And yet, I find myself slipping back into that. Again, lots of parties, festivities, vacations, everything that was happening in May was an unprecedented amount of being out of control of what I could eat on a given day. But we are back into it now, and I will let you know where I am on the diet. As of yesterday, I was 5 days into the diet, and I had lost, well, first of all, I forgot to tell you, I never went and figured it out, did I? How much I gained? I figured I gained about roughly between 7 to 10 pounds in that month, understanding that the majority of it was the last weekend, and my ankles and my feet were swollen like this. Like, I knew it wasn't fat all, but it was just weight. And so a lot of that's coming off. So I had in 5 days dropped 6.2. But I'm not completely back. I am, as of yesterday, I was between 2 and 3 pounds shy of being where I ended my first HCG round. But again, I've only been on the diet for 5 days, so that makes me very happy to know that I've adjusted from the entire month of festivities in hopefully within the course of about a week. All right, we'll see. It'll be interesting to check in tomorrow and see, did I really gain? Because I can't wait to click this off and upload it and then go run to my scale and say, what did I weigh? Did I really gain weight? That seems hard to believe. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm not sure what the topic's going to be, but I'm going to kind of follow this same philosophy that I've been doing now. If there's something else you want me to do, or if you want me to sidestep and review anything with HCG, just let me know, and I will definitely do a video for that as well. Make sure you like and subscribe down below, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.